TRPE. The realest podcast ever, realest podcast ever. Two brothers bringing thinking on a second level. Music, sports, fashion, politics, and the streets. The best 2 hours out of every week. YDN, dinosaurs, and YBODs. Real talk every time, this is what you need. We just out here popping shit. It's your boy C. Diddy and Matt makes me sick. TRPE, TRPE, go. TRPE, TRPE, go. They know. The realest podcast ever. Woo, woo. The realest podcast ever.
Jim Boomey.
Once again, we are back. I think I came in a little early.
No, he just didn't know. It's not Taylor, so he doesn't
Oh,
know.
right. It's a timing issue.
Yeah.
It's all good though. What's up, Rick?
Yeah, we got Rick out there. Taylor's doing something weird, most likely.
I was probably like at a DJ competition or
Yeah.
producer battle.
Like you ever watch like the dance scene on what's the B2K movie?
Oh,
Do It for Saint. What's that?
what is the name of that?
You Got Served.
You Got Served.
Like
I'm about to say
those
Stomp the
background
Yard.
Yeah, one of them. Like Taylor's in the crowd probably at one of those events. Oh man,
Hilarious.
what's up with you?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm literally in between a party right now. I'm coming from a party and I gotta go back to the party.
Oh, okay.
I gotta, when you have friends and stuff like that, you don't have to worry about this. You got 4 friends.
Yeah.
You don't gotta worry about crap like this.
I don't even know it's that many.
When you got friends and stuff, you gotta go to people's birthday parties and dinners and like
I was saying that earlier.
social shit like that.
Because
Garbage.
I was talking to Jules about it, and he was just like, yeah. I was like, I want to go to a Phillies game. And he was like, yeah, if I was home, I'd go to one. I was just like, I don't know who I'd go with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't be around people. But I don't know. How are you?
I'm good, man. It's been a cool week. Can't really complain. Just was looking forward to doing the show. A lot of stuff transpired this week, just kind of in continuation of what, the conversation that we had last week. And, I just knew it was going to be, make for interesting conversation, some good content. Nipsey's memorial was on Thursday. It was literally like the biggest shit in the world so far for 2019, which is like, when it initially happened, we didn't expect it to get, as big as it's kind of gotten.
Yeah, I will say that. I didn't think it was going to be like...
So it's just like Obama sent a letter.
Yeah.
Like Jay-Z wrote in the obituary, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like when, it's unfortunate that it takes him dying to kind of illuminate all the relationships and all of the good stuff that he was doing and just, the way that all these different people felt passionately about him and his mission and, helping him and this and that. And it just goes to show you like, damn, like, some people do it for like social media and all that. Some people really out here doing the work. And it's showing now that somebody had a real interesting tweet. Hollow the Don had a real interesting tweet. He said Nipsey dying showed me that hard work does pay off, but you don't get to see it.
I saw that tweet. I agree with that to a certain extent.
Unless you're Jay-Z, then, they give you your flowers every week.
It goes back to what you were saying last week. If we can, we're starting.
Yeah.
It goes back to what you said last week when you said that Philly, and it's not just Philly. I don't think it's a neutral problem to Philadelphia. I think it's just the climate of the world we live in. People are haters and dick eaters.
Right.
And those two are like counterintuitive to each other. So it's like I want a dickie, but
kind of want to hate on you too.
But then it's like I want to hate, but I kind of like this shit. So it's like, and that's where the mix up kind of happens.
Yeah.
And like I posted this shit earlier today about Tiger winning Tiger won his first Master today in fucking 11 years.
Yeah.
And I made a post about it, and one of our homies like text me, you really happy about this? And I'm like, yeah, this shit is like, dog, he had 4 back surgeries. Like the 08 US Open, he won that joint on a torn ACL.
Right.
Like Achilles, ACL, shoulder, 4. He had pinched nerves.
Yeah, like this shit is impressive.
Like he was supposed to be finished. The shit with his wife, it was supposed to be like done. And
Yeah.
like really, Tiger Phelps, I think they said at one point he was ranked like 1200th. I don't even know how you say that. 1200. Like that was his
He was
ranking.
ranked 1200.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 2 zeros. He was
Like-
ranked that.
Like 1201st or 1199th. But that number in the middle of those, that was his world ranking.
Yeah.
So it's like for you to go from 1200 to winning a major after all of that silliness, it's like, yeah, dog, like that's kind of impressive. And he was like, yeah, but Tiger don't even claim us. And I was like, well, I don't claim us. What do that
so
mean?
there goes that.
There goes that. But that's where it be. It's like I'm weird for giving Tiger his props.
Yeah. How dare you?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
You care about this?
But then if Tiger died tonight in a plane crash,
Oh, man.
it's going to be candles
Listen,
at Augusta.
On the way over here, I came across Boosie with the gems. Boosie said, man, he said, somebody could be grinding so hard, could be the dopest artist. They'd be outside a show or whatever with their merch table selling CDs or selling T-shirts. You'll walk right past that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
He said, but let them die tomorrow. And they put the RIP shirts out. Oh, you want cop 5 of them motherfuckers because you want to be associated with this person's legacy to where, oh, no, so-and-so died. That was my man. Look, I got the shirt on. It's just like, that's like some form of like flattery to wear somebody's like
Crazy.
RIP shirt.
And it made me sit back the other day, and I'm just like, what if, just what if? I'm not saying this is how it should have been, or
Hear me out.
but just what if Nipsey would have gotten this support and this love and all of this caring about his brands, and make sure you shop for this because make sure you download the albums because he owns all of his masters and his royalties. Make sure you shop from the store because his family owns that. The marathon continues. What if we would have done all of that without him dying?
In 2009.
What if?
Like, because he been on this for 10 years.
Like when you hear the story of him selling CDs and selling clothes in the parking lot of the store. And then like Black Sam spoke at the funeral. It was like, we went from selling stuff in the store in the parking lot to getting a store and then having the store raided and being back outside the store to the owners of the development. Like, look, they want us to kick y'all out. We'd rather just sell the store to y'all. We'd rather just sell y'all the whole property.
Right.
To where they went from working in the parking lot, selling clothes and CDs illegally,
To renting the store.
to renting it, to getting the store raided, to buying the store, to buying the building.
Yeah.
Like buying the whole lot. What if we had just been on this from jump?
They could have been bought the whole complex.
People this week like, oh man, I didn't know he was doing all the STEM projects and showing the kids how to code. And it's just like, yeah, what if we had been supporting that from Jump Street?
I think a large part of it is for people, in our part of the world, the Mid-Atlantic, it's East Coast bias. We don't recognize nothing that goes on outside of our immediate fucking line of sight.
Even in our city, though.
Yeah.
We're like that.
All right, so we don't
So that-
recognize.
I can understand why over there.
like, fuck that. That's just not even happening to
But
us.
even them people, think about this for a quick second, right? One of my homies, and it's wild this week, I saw people who I had listed as like kinda smart act really
jumped
dumb.
jumped the shark.
And then I saw people who tend to be on the stupider side of
Kind of
things.
need their hand held across the street.
I saw them with like succinct and beautiful thoughts, and I was just like, wait, what? So a guy at my
It's a bizarro world.
It's a guy at my job who is, tell you how just dumb he is. We're in the break room and we're having a conversation. And he was like, hey, Big, that's what they call me. He's like, yo, Big, what's the city in the richest city in Africa, that rich city everybody go to? So when he says that rich city in Africa, naturally I'm thinking Cape Town, Morocco, Sierra Leone.
No, Wakanda.
So, no. Pete, so I'm just thinking of places in Africa where I know are very rich in resources and stuff like that. So he was like, with all the skyscrapers and all the parties and everybody got all the nice cars. So instantly when he say that, I'm to myself, I'm like, this nigga's talking about Dubai. That's like it just, when he said it, I to myself, I don't say it out loud, but I'm just like, he's talking about Dubai, and that's not in Africa. So I'm just like, just stop. Maybe he'll finish. So he was like, everybody there is Islamic, and they, like everybody got a nice car. They got all the fly stuff. You can jump off the buildings and all. You know what I'm talking about? It's in Africa. And I'm just like,
It's not in Africa.
I'm like, you talking about Dubai? He was like, Dubai. That's it. I'm like,
It's not an
He was because he was like that country in Africa. I'm like, first off, Dubai is not a country.
It's a city.
It's an emirate. I'm like, it's not a country, and it's not in Africa. And he was like, wait, it's above Africa. I'm like, everything in the fucking Middle East is above Africa.
It's in Africa East.
Yeah, right. So this is that he was talking about
Far East Africa.
So that just paints a picture of what I'm dealing with. But he's
not a very sharp man.
Right. Not the fastest car in the race.
Not the sharpest knife in the cutting
I'm
board.
Talking with him, and we're talking about the Nipsey thing, and he was like, "You know what amazed me about the whole Nipsey Hussle thing?" And I'm like,
"Here we go.
I'm like,
here we go.
Really bad.
I'm about to go down."
He was like, to see 21,000 tickets get sold in a matter of minutes for his funeral kind of is crazy because I'm not all too sure he could have sold out the Staples Center with his music. And I was like, damn.
You're absolutely right, retarded man.
I don't know who wrote this for you, but yo, you got a real live point. And it's like, dog, that's like when they like Meek, not a couple, he might could do it now. But remember a couple years ago, Meek didn't sell out Wells Fargo.
He did Wells Fargo, then he had the beef with Drake, and then he came back and tried to do Wells Fargo, and he did like 11,000 tickets out of 17,000.
And it's like, if Meek died though, Wells Fargo gonna be packed.
He gonna have to move the shit to the link.
Might have to be at the link.
He had to be at the link, 80K.
And that what he said, I was just like, damn, like he ain't lying. Like the support really, like Jada said it best. Dead rappers get better promotion.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it just made me sit back like, damn. I saw the tweet going around this week with the it's Wallows in your, I mean not Wallows. I was watching a Wallow video before I came here. That's what, but it's Nipsey's in your city that you don't support. And I'm like, I'm on the fence about that tweet. Like I understand both sides.
Yeah.
There are Nipseys that don't get the support.
Yeah.
But there are Nipseys that's on bullshit.
It's a lot of
too.
scammers.
It's a lot of that.
It's a lot of niggas with positive messages that's really scamming.
My thing is for Nipsey to pass away and you see literally, I've never seen anyone die, at least at that height, and there ain't no silly shit following their death.
Yeah.
Like no silly. The Kodak shit was, it's Kodak. The Floridians, you don't label them.
Florida man is his own caption.
Yeah, you don't label them as regular people. But just the outpouring of emotion from people who have nothing to do with rap music. Like to see Seinfeld speak on it, to see Obama, the LAPD, just all these different people. It's just like, damn, Nip was really like it.
Yeah.
And we kind of dropped the ball.
Yeah, for sure we dropped the ball. And that's the most like gut-wrenching part of it, aside from obviously a man being taken from his family and from his community, but it's just like, yo, we had somebody in front of us, like right in our eyesight, that was doing all the right shit. And we was like, we'll get to it. I'll get to it when I get to it. Oh, he doing this? Oh, that's cool. Oh, nigga put computer labs in the hood? Oh, yeah, I guess that's all right. Like, we didn't take none of this shit serious.
It's like LeBron with the school. Hey, when he gonna be Golden State? Bruh, we got a school.
Meanwhile, now the school is the number one performing school in the fucking state of Ohio. All of the kids are thriving. And somebody had a tweet that was like, so you mean to tell me when kids are well-fed, supported, don't have to worry about transportation and shit like that, they actually thrive in school? Yeah. What a fucking concept.
And it's wild because you got so many people who do so much good.
Yeah.
But it's really just not. I think that's one of those, like Carl always talk about, like the culture changing. Like that's one of the things that has to flip. It's like, why is the good not propelled into the light until they're dead?
Yeah.
And that's not even media. That's not even the white man and quote. It's none of that.
Yeah.
That's us.
Yeah. And then the crazier part about it, that what makes Nipsey such an anomaly as far as not being supported, he had the biggest figure in black media, Karen Civil, is his right-hand man.
Yeah.
And everything that they were doing, she's like, hey, look at what me and Nipsey are doing. Hey, look at what Nipsey just did. And we still like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Where the bitches at?
I saw a pie chart the other day, and it had a breakdown of
all the shit he was involved in from 2009 to now.
All the way to now. And it's just like, yo, when you listen to his music and listen to just his interviews and a lot of
it was all there.
It was right there.
It was right there.
It was literally there.
We're fucking morons.
I don't know if you remember Chris Rock had a Jonah. You remember the Chris Rock show?
Yeah.
On HBO? He had a segment where he was talking about black people trying to get there. Because, like our older folks that, like, the the previous generation, and that was like always a thing in black culture, like us trying to get there with like quotation marks. So he had a chart and was like, everything that happened good got us closer to there, but then it was some dumb shit
That took us back.
And he was like, at the end of all, like Rodney King, that took us down, but then the Brown versus the Board of Education took us up. Then OJ took us down, but then Tiger winning the Masters at 19 took us, all this different stuff. And he was like, a couple of weeks ago, through all of the bullshit, we were there. We were right there. And then the Source Awards. Now we all fucking. But that's how, like, it was there. This shit was right there in front of us. And we kind of just all slept. Even myself, I caught myself this week, like, just reading different things and watching different little segments on YouTube. And I was just like, damn, like Nip really was doing a lot.
He been painted the picture for us.
Ben.
Like when you looked at that pie chart, it said that he was responsible for $210 million in revenue and job creation and all that the last decade.
Yeah.
This is one single entity in the support system around him. And it's just like, yo, if one person can be responsible for almost $250,000 to their community's direct bottom line, imagine if somebody like he would have had a Jay-Z or a Puffy or somebody like that to really push and support him earlier in his career, like from 2010. Because the whole thing is Nipsey's out here like really being the true definition of a trailblazer and establishing shit like the Proud to Pay platform where artists that's independent can feel like they on the same level as like a major label artist, and I'm gonna put my music here and people can decide what they want to pay for it, and like doing creative shit like having $100 CD but also giving it away for free at the same time, and just basically saying, hey, if you want to support me, all the way support me, and if you want to just get the music and that's all you give a fuck about, cool. But if you support me, you're going to get a concert ticket, you're going to get a t-shirt, you're going to get a fucking meet and greet if you come to the store.
If you had the app with the shirt, you could move the phone across
Listen,
the shirt
I just seen the shit. Somebody had one of the ashtrays and they was like, I'm about to see if this shit really worked. And he did it and it was like, this is the craziest shit ever. He was really making technologically advanced merchandise and bringing people into the album experience, and we all jumped the fuck over it.
Just passed it.
We just passed it up.
All we cared about was Meek versus Drake.
This shit is he was literally the next frontier of how to digitally market and how to package together album shit, and we jumped the fuck over it completely.
I saw that t-shirt shit the other day. That blew my mind. And I'm a technologically advanced person.
Yeah.
That was like, wait, what?
So I seen somebody the other day.
Been out.
I seen somebody the other day, and they was like, why Nipsey's shirt? He had the All Money In shirt with the video shit embedded in it, and they was like, why did this shirt cost $100? And somebody was explaining it to him like, no, because when it's a smart shirt and you scan this and that, and the video pop, he's like, man, don't nobody give a fuck about that shit. I want the $19 shirt that the bootleg man got, and I'm just like, we just
that's life.
we just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
We literally don't give it. Like, somebody will ask why. You'll give them the information, and then they'll tell you, get the fuck out of here.
Dog.
That's where we are as a society.
My homie at work, he goes and gets what's that shit? That chicken there all the hood eat at the Chinese store. Like the big, what's the chicken? General So's.
Oh, General.
He was like, yeah, I go get a General So's chicken real quick, $5 platter. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's not chicken or General So's. Like
The chicken, it's not chicken, and the General didn't approve this.
Like none of that shit is like, but you take him to like a fine Asian fusion restaurant, he'd be like pissed. Man, I could have went to the hood, man, got this $5. This shit $35. Like, that's really how people act.
Yeah.
So $100 shirt with smart technology in it is like, man, I'm cool.
Fuck that shit.
I'm cool on this shit. Yeah. And I watched a lot of it go on this week. I told you I read a lot and watched a lot. And I really, to even myself, I just was like, damn, like, we really kind of like...
Like, I knew, but I didn't know at the same... Because I didn't have no idea.
It's funny because when me, you, and Rob were talking about, like, Nipsey's, our favorite songs that weren't on Victory Lap. And I'm like... when you said 100 a show, I'm just like, damn, I forgot about that with Ross on it.
That was 2014.
Right, and I'm just like, Ross verse was crazy on that. And it's just, we have the knowledge of the music, but I just think it was one of those, like you talk about, East Atlantic. We're not entrenched in it.
Yeah.
So you hear it, and I don't know because I was in the Game albums, his first 2 albums,
Yeah.
like the Doctor's Advocate and
It wasn't big enough, I don't think. Like it didn't have, like, historically speaking, the West Coast shit that cut through the whole country
Right.
was shit that was like mass marketed and almost had like a propaganda element attached to it. Like Game was advocated for by 50 Cent. NWA had national media coverage and all that shit, and they're one of the 5 greatest groups of all fucking time. So it's like certain shit
Snoop
just
Dogg
like
was the
helps you cut
the
through.
pioneer rapper on death row. It's just
So it's like certain shit will help you cut through.
Pac. We know about his silliness.
Exactly. So,
Even Kendrick, it took a while for Kendrick to like really. Yeah, I remember when Kendrick killed the BET Cypher. Remember they did the West Coast Sniper
Yeah.
with Snoop, DJ Quick. Kendrick was on that, and I just was like, I'm cool on this boy, yo.
Yeah.
Then he dropped
Good Kid.
Drink, Pour Up.
Yeah,
Drink.
that was a single. And that crept to triple platinum.
That was like a big song, but it still wasn't. It wasn't until he
was
did
just like,
when he did the joint with Drake, the Janet Jackson sample. What was the name of that song?
Poetic Justice.
Poetic Justice. That was when it was like, oh, this boy might have it on some like mainstream shit.
Yeah.
And then Good Kid, Mad City dropped, and then Jay was on the remix to
And Kendrick spanked him.
yeah, Kendrick Spanked.
It was-
What was the name of that song? I can't remember none of this. I can't remember anything today.
He had
Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe.
oh yeah, bitch
And
will kill my vibe.
once those joints dropped, and it was like, oh damn, no.
And around that same time was fucking Problem, the ASAP Rocky record. So it was like
Oh, it was-
he was building
moments.
his shit. He was
it
building
was
his
just
base.
putting
Yeah.
it together. But realistically, he was on tour with Drake and ASAP Rocky
Yeah.
in fucking
And Waka.
2,000 people stadiums.
In
Yeah,
Waka. Intimate venues.
Kendrick literally on a Forbes list every year now and has one of the biggest albums in rap history. You ain't getting Kendrick on a stage with less than 35,000 in the audience. Like
Yeah.
you might could catch Kendrick Kendrick is headline. He headlined his own like major tour. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
You had stadiums.
Right, you had a chance to catch Kendrick with Drake and ASAP
And
Waka at a 2,000 person seat. Fucking, you know what I'm saying? And people just like kind of missed it.
Yeah.
Then when he blow, it's like, oh shit, damn, yeah. But with Nip in his circumstances, it's almost like I look at Nip like sort of like the West Coast Ferg. In where he has real live talent and a real live story, but he just doesn't have that massive hit to where Rocky had to hit.
Yeah.
Rocky had about 3 hits.
Yeah.
Ferg never had the mainstream. He had hood hits.
Yeah.
The joint with Future, the what was the other joint Ferg had? Shabba Ranks and all. Like he had those
And he had them in a row. Like,
but you look back at Nip had Last Time That I Checked, Smash.
Yeah.
Hustle in the House. Smash. Like he had hood hits.
Yeah.
He didn't have
it was just regional. It just didn't
have a
cut through.
mainstream
And
joint.
I think that probably a more appropriate comparison is probably like Currency. Like a West Coast version of Currency where it's like
Currency was
he's like
mixtape
a
shit. Yeah,
underground king where it's like, yo, you look back, Nipsey got like 9 projects.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
I remember when Victory Lap dropped and it was like his debut album. Like he'd been out 22 years.
Yeah.
How was it
and that was part of the shit that threw people off too. But it's like, yo, you look at it where his debut album is his last album, and it's literally a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking it's like a 9, like Love said, it's like a 9.6, a 9.7 out of 10.
Before we get into the album and everything with that, how did you feel about the actual funeral, the proceedings of it?
I thought it was beautiful.
I said the other day, I thought it was a perfect blend of black excellence and hood shit.
Yeah.
And it's like,
people were allowed to come there and be them and not feel like pressured because the cameras is rolling or whatever like that and fake and shit like that. People told their true stories and
I
they
caught
lived their
myself a
truths.
couple times having to remember that they weren't in a church.
Right.
Because I'm like, they tripping. I'm like, that's right, they at Staples. All right, cool.
Yeah.
But the
Then they had the video board and all of that, and like the childhood videos with him and his brother and his dad. And somebody pointed out, they was like, "Yo, when a son when a father constantly record his sons, he in love with them boys." Like I'm saying, like you just always got the camera rolling, and he taking them back to the country of origin, Eritrea, where they from, and all that, and experiencing their families and their communities, and they over there teaching the little kids how to play baseball and shit like that. And it's just like, it was so much depth to this person. Like he wasn't just a gangbanger.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not even fair to like categorize him in that way because so many different people from different walks of life experience him and have so much positive shit to say and remember about him.
Somebody the other day made a comparison that he really was like a modern day Trey from Boys in the Hood, like his dad and mom being like Furious Styles and all of them. And I'm like, yeah, like they weren't just your run of the mill Crenshaw and Slauson parents, you know. And his mom's speech was the shit his mom said when the girl put the phone in her face on Instagram.
Crazy.
That
woman got a higher level of being and understanding to like, be able to come to grips with her 33-year-old son being murdered in front of his business, in front of his property. Like, to be able to come to grips with that and just accept like it's other, you know, factors at play and stuff like that. And I'm not sad. Y'all shouldn't be sad. That shit is like, how?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how?
For her to be able to grip that fast was kind of wild. I honestly, because I don't do funerals. Like, I've only been to 2 in my life. You know what I mean?
Been to too many.
I've been to I don't go to them. Like, I pay my respects. If I love you, I like James Reese. Shout out James Reese. He just passed away this week. Old head for my job, car player and shit. Greatest car player in all Africa. Motherfucking James Reese. My man. He passed away. I just don't go to funerals. Yeah. It's not my thing. I went to my mother's and my grandfather's. And both of those I felt like I was kind of like forced to, because I don't do them.
Yeah.
And I watched his joint the other day. Like, I watched Michael Jackson's and Aretha's and all of that. When Black Sam, I got choked up. Like, I almost had to turn that shit off. Like, Black Sam joint, like, because I don't have a brother. You know what I mean? I have 2 sisters. That brotherly connection I never had.
Yeah.
Hearing him, and you know, Sam's the older brother.
Yeah.
So he really, like, you could feel, and I've watched that a lot with, like, one of my close homies. He has an older brother. And he would always say, like, damn, like, he hit way more bitches than I do, and he do way, you know, like, he's like, my little brother got that fly nigga gene. That shit just skipped me. Like, I'm regular. Like, he got that, like, that almost like amazement of your little brother. And when he was telling a story about him building a computer or doing his first rap and just like, God damn, like, yo, like, so you could hear it in his throat. Yeah. Like, just how sick he felt. And then Black Sam, did you see where he was holding the mic? Yeah. Like, nigga, that joint is stationary. You ain't gotta, he was on
the set, cuz. Like, super militant. Like,
but you could feel that pain coming off of him, and it choked me up a little bit. And it's just like,
I got choked up on him. I got choked up on Lauren, and it's just like, damn, like, this really like his woman, and she just so LA with it. You know what I mean?
I thought she was a little on.
She definitely was probably a little on.
It felt on.
Yeah, like she probably needed it.
Yeah, I mean, clearly.
Yeah, but it's just like, you know, I got a little choked up with her, John. But yeah, him and Sam was just like, because that's
like
his,
all them videos was them two.
Yeah,
because
like, that's his big brother. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times your big brother is your number one influence. Like, I got younger brothers, so I know what it's like to be the big brother and be like, oh damn, you going to that party, and oh, you this and that, and I just seen you with so and so, and damn, how was the event with this? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's like me and my brothers. Like, it's a constant, you know, open door relationship of experiences and talking.
And Sam was just all like, when he said, like, I mean, we had this little situation. I got knocked out. Like, he just raw and honest. Like, I got knocked out. He said, but I come to it, I look up, I see Nip fighting him off down the block. Like, little bro held it down while I was out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was dope. You know what I'm saying? His pop's speech was Snoop's joint was
Snoop joint was
Snoop is Snoop. Like, and I said it the other day, yo. I get the admiration for Jay-Z and for Puff because they went somewhere else monetarily that black people from this genre just don't go.
Yeah.
But as far as just being like the thorough old head, Snoop passed all them motherfuckers.
Snoop said like 10 years ago, Snoop Dogg was like, yo, he was talking about in regards to like the West Coast resurgence and all these young artists trying to come up, and he was feeling like he wasn't doing enough. And he said, I had to sit myself down and say, Snoop Dogg, you're not a hater. Like, stop being a fucking hater. Reach your hand back and help these young boys do what the fuck they need to do, because right now, the young fly flashy niggas, and you look crazy. Right. And you gotta come to grips with the fact that them blowing up or them being them don't make you less of being Snoop Dogg and less of who you are. And ever since that point, that might have been 2008, he done just blew past everybody in terms of the thorough old head. He does records with everybody. Right. The battle rap niggas, the young poppin' niggas. He done went back to Long Beach and grabbed 50 niggas that trying to rap and get on and this and that and gave him his platform.
It ain't It's not like that in New York when it comes to like Jay and Puff. No. It's not like that in Philly when it comes to like Beans or the Figures or even Will Smith.
Or the Roots.
It's not like that in Florida when it comes to like Luke or Trick Daddy. It's not even like that. I ain't gonna front. Bun B and Pimp C and H-Town, they pretty much fucked with everybody.
Yeah.
Literally, if you are from within...
And T.I.'s like that now in Atlanta.
And T.I.'s like that now, because T.I.'s an old head now.
Yeah.
If you are from within the confines of the state of California, Snoop fuck with you.
Yeah.
And Snoop's in your video.
He coming to find you.
It's wild. Every sync game, Kendrick, whoever, G Perico, everybody you fucking can name from the West Coast, Snoop is there. Yep. He's in the video. He's at the shoot. He don't care. And it's just, watching it the other day was like, yo, Snoop really was there when Pac got killed. Like, think about that for a second.
Well, think about the fact that prior to that, Snoop was the biggest debut artist in the history of music.
In music, not
hip hop, music.
Right.
872,000 or whatever the fuck the number was. Copies.
872, yeah.
First week. You know what I'm saying? On top of being being the anchor of a classic album prior to that, that fucking saved Dr. Dre's ass.
Yeah.
So Snoop checks every box when it comes to like OG, legend, superstar in this shit.
Yeah.
And he's a pop culture figure now. He's not just confined to rap.
Right, and like Snoop became like, Snoop had like 3 MTV shows. He got a show with Martha Stewart. He does whatever he wants.
Game show.
Right. Anything he wants. It don't matter. Like, it's Snoop. Like, he's literally made it himself a one-name entity. Yeah. Like Cher. Snoop. Snoop had pornos. Like, Snoop had a porno.
Get you somebody that can do both.
Snoop had a porno production company.
And got a cooking show with Martha Stewart.
Snoop showed up to an award show with bitches on dog collars and leashes and didn't get in trouble for it. Like, Snoop literally can do anything he wants. And I watched him talk the other day at the funeral, and I was thinking about that to myself. I'm like, yo, Snoop really was on the Deep Cover soundtrack. Yeah. Snoop was there when Pac got killed. Snoop was there. He was one of the anchors in the West Coast, East Coast battle. Snoop literally got on stage and saved them niggas' life at the Source Awards in 95.
Snoop kicked the buildings down.
Snoop kicked buildings over in New York. Snoop was in The Wash. Snoop was in Training Day.
Snoop was on trial for murder.
Snoop was on trial for a homie. And was at the MTV Awards while the warrant was out for him. He performed at the MTV Awards, said, I'm not guilty, I'm innocent. It was all right, we can go down now. And turned himself in for a murder. Snoop been through everything, dog. Everything. He been there through it all. And I was thinking about that the other day, just like watching him on stage, like, damn, and he's still Snoop.
Yeah.
Still Snoop. He didn't have a suit on.
Nah.
He had on 3 very, very nice chains, them little rainbow diamonds. Yeah. With a bunch of blue shirt.
Had some bandana shit on.
Snoop. He said, for God so loved the world, he gave us a great crib. You just can't hate Snoop, ever. But I like Snoop's speech. I like Black Sam's was awesome. And YG and Mustard.
I didn't even watch theirs yet because I keep hearing it was kind of ridiculous.
YG almost said bitches when he was talking about their daughters. Yeah, because he was like, I would tell Nip, man, we got pretty light-skinned daughters. We in trouble.
Sisters. Little black goddesses.
And it was funny because, you ever see somebody go in a tanning booth?
With the little guy.
Them little glasses. Those the glasses he had on.
They was red, wasn't they?
No, they was black, but they was real little. Like, they was this big.
Like they reading glasses, but not.
And I was like, why the hell does he have those on? He wore white. I thought he would wear like a ridiculous red outfit with some silly shoes, but he had on a normal suit.
Somebody said, finally, YG's dress shoes are appropriate.
Yeah, exactly. Finally. And he had a suit on. Mustard's real name is Dijon.
Yeah.
That's the funniest part of the whole entire thing. But it was a nice service. And then the procession afterwards with all the Rolls Royces. That was fly.
Smashed them.
That was when I finally realized Lauren was like on, because she was like super going in the Rolls truck. And I'm like, yeah, Lauren roasted, you know what I mean? But it was a dope procession. You figure the only other artist to ever have his funeral there was Michael Jackson. So you
in rare company,
you in rare air when it come to that. of course, y'all started going left. I saw people were selling the obituaries.
Yeah,
like the actual
because it was like a book. They produced a book or whatever, and people was on eBay trying to sell them for $1,500.
Yeah, they
and
was saying-
eBay went ahead and shut that down for you assholes.
People were selling seats to the event.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, we in trouble. Like this ain't that.
This ain't the new Jays, but this ain't the Jordan 4s, bro.
Like y'all can't turn this beautiful young brothers memorial into a Concord release. Y'all tripping. And people don't get that. Because I really had to explain to somebody that, I mean, like, if people want the tickets, it's a demand for them. And I'm like, it's a demand for it's a demand for organs on the black market. You know?
Like, imagine if your mom died and your mom reached the threshold of all these people want to come to her funeral and somebody was selling the tickets to your mom's funeral.
You'd be cool with that?
You'd be cracking heads open.
They had to delay the start of the funeral because there was altercations going on outside the Staples Center. So of course everybody was like, "Oh, see, they fighting." What it turns out was it was Crips basically shutting down
all the bootleg operations,
of T-shirts and merchandise out front of the Staples Center. And again, I had to explain to the guy at my job. I'm like, "Fam, it's a funeral. Have you ever I've been to 2 funerals." I couldn't imagine pulling up to my grandfather's
nigga
funeral.
got T-shirts. Mr. Walt got the Mr. Walt specials.
And it's a nigga on some Get Your Royal Engagement T-shirts out there in front of the church. Like, what are you doing? With some Whitty Hutton T-shirts. Y'all bugging. Y'all, and it's a
Mr. Walt Farewell Tour T-shirts. Bruh, you gotta go.
It amazes me at just how, no matter how ridiculous something is, it's always somebody in support of it.
Yeah.
Like, y'all know.
What you mean? Why can't I?
I saw, you know how those rap skits, somebody reenacted Nipsey's murder for a rap skit. This ain't it, yo. Not 6 days after. I get what you trying to do in the, I don't get what you're trying. I'm lying. I'm lying.
My biggest problem with these motherfuckers is y'all be sitting around all day. Gungeon, this is you. Sitting around all day looking for ways to go viral, and you will see an old lady on your block struggling with her groceries and won't even help her across the street. Mm-hmm. But you want to get online and do your little corny raps and tell me about how to impact the community and stop the violence. Nigga, fuck you. You don't even help the kids in your neighborhood.
Chick I know said she pulled up to her mom's house with some groceries because she helps her. It's her and her mom and shit. Pulled up to her mother's house with groceries. It was niggas sitting on the steps. Her mom at the time was living down South Philly with her. She said because she had to move, yo, you got to move. She said she pulled up, niggas are sitting on the steps because they lived right on the corner.
Yeah.
And she what? Naturally, you see that.
Hello, niggers. What's up?
She gets out the car with the groceries. She said niggas didn't even get up. They did one of these Jones. So she could walk.
Oh, this shit crib?
Slid to the side so she could walk on the street. She said she went in the crib and boiled water and came out and started pouring it all over the porch and the steps. And they jumped up damn, all you had to say was you could we get up? And it's like, why do I have to say anything?
Why do I got to say anything to you at my house?
This is our property. What are you talking about?
Imagine if I would have just called the police on you.
Hello?
Hello, officers. Yeah, I got 4 ugly niggas on my steps right now. I think one of them name is Taquan. Can you come get them, please?
People are crazy, dog. People are absolutely nuts. We swear to God, we in Wawa this morning. Wawa at time did I drop her off at the airport? I dropped her off at 9. So it 8:40, 8:45 on a Sunday.
Niggas don't wake up till 1 o'clock on Sunday.
It's funny because I say this type stuff all the time. I just pay attention to every little thing. I don't know why I do that. If you're in Wawa, right? Everybody's listening to shit has been in a Wawa when it's cracking.
Yeah.
When it's just early morning, especially at the airport Wawa, the 10 o'clock at night when everybody's getting off their shift, you know what that Wawa looks like. Saturday, Sunday, all day at that Wawa.
Yeah.
You know what Wawas look like when they pack. You know it's 4 registers at every Wawa. It's 4. They're normally not all open.
2 at best.
You in the Wawa, right? The first register up front, it's on a diagonal.
Yeah.
The first register up here is open. This second one is open. The third one up top right is open. This line is huge. This line is huge. That one up top, it's one person at it. What's your natural thought when you see that?
I need to go hop in this line.
Right. That's what you would think. But then if you go a step deeper, why isn't nobody else going to that line?
Yeah.
So naturally, I swear to God, I said it to myself before he said, I'm like, something's either wrong with his scanner or he's only accepting cash. And for some reason, Wawa's, I don't know why, no one pays cash in Wawa. Everybody uses them. I don't know why it's like that, but it just is. So I said to myself, I'm like, he cash only at that register. Sure enough, you hear him say, I'm open up front, cash only. He said it 3 or 4 times. I'm open up front, cash only. People start going to the line, getting it, whatever,
Yeah.
cool. Chick gets up to the line, he scans the stuff, whatever, tells her the price. She goes to put the card in the machine. He's like, oh no, miss, this is cash only. What? I'm using a card. He's like, it's cash only. She's like, well, I ain't know that. He like, yeah, I've been saying it out loud. It's cash only. She's like, well, I didn't hear you. So now what the fuck I'm supposed to do? And he just like, yo, the lady who's at the register where we at, we like maybe 2 people back now in line.
Yeah.
She like, it's okay. Just let her come over here. She like, yeah, because what the fuck? And she's just going off and we like, sis, we not even really awake yet. Like, it's 8:40.
Motherfuckers wake up on angles, man.
On angles. The other day, we go to Chuck E. Cheese. Take her guide, we go to Chuck E. Cheese. Have you ever been in Chuck E. Cheese?
I haven't been in a while, but I've been. I've been to Chuck E. Cheese 1,000 times.
It's arcade games and pizza. It ain't much to Chuck E. Cheese.
Some big dancing rat and a couple other.
Yeah.
It's real mellow.
You know the John that you throw the footballs through?
Yeah.
And you try to get 700 yards so you can go to Hall of Fame? I did that shit for an hour. That's the only thing I was in there doing. I got to 680 yards and I fell apart like fucking Elway in the 4th quarter. It was terrible. But that's the only thing I'm doing here and eating fucking cheese pizza. Mm-hmm. It's nothing else to this.
Ain't shit else going on.
We getting ready to cash out, getting the girl some toys and shit from the thing. The chick comes up, older lady, like 50, screaming at the boy who was helping us because they didn't have any big pizza boxes up front. So he had went in the back to get me a pizza box because we was taking a pizza with us or whatever. And she come up, yeah, damn, I'm waiting for you over at the game. Why you over here? He like, I'm sorry, miss. I got sidetracked. When I came over, he asked if I could help go get them a box. I went and got the box. And I was like, hey, yo, just go ahead, handle her. She like, yeah, because what the fuck? I'm standing here waiting. Like, the game not printing out no tickets. And they say, yeah, you going to go get us some tickets. And I'm waiting for you. And he just like, miss, calm down. I said, he had already apologized. Said, I got sidetracked. I didn't mean to leave you hanging over there. I apologize. And I said, yo, go ahead. You can take care of her. We ain't in no rush, whatever. And he's like, come on. So what was the issue with you? And she's like, damn, what you done forgot? And she just going. And I told him, I was like, yo, I wish I could tip you. You know what I'm saying? It would be kind of awkward to hand the Chuck E. Cheese boy a dub, but I'm just like, I wish. And he was like, yeah, we can't even accept it. But I was just like, I wish I could because
you got a hard job, my man.
The fact that you even held it together in that situation, because I was ready to go foreign.
That's why I can't have a job, because it's going to be like, after the second rebuttal and apologies, I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You can get the fuck out. Fuck you and them tickets, bitch.
That's where I was really, really about to be for him, because he was really like professional. Yeah, you know, Chucky, he not 50 years. He a young boy. He probably in college working.
Getting
like
berated
straight
for $9 an hour.
Yeah.
National cost of living is like $16 an hour just to be making it.
I saw that the other day though. I'm just like, why? Like why are we like this? Like why are we this angry and this hostile all the time for nothing?
Just on go.
Don't matter what. We not in the streets. We not in the 60s down in fucking Crenshaw. We in Chuck E. Cheese in Springfield. We in the Wawa at 8 in the morning.
8 in the morning. You on
go.
On Smash and Scrape. You on Vintage Beans time.
On go.
You on 03 Beanie Siegel time.
This is how I be knowing that it's like it's so much aggression and pain and just agony in like our lives and like young, not even young, but just black life, period. Even when you get things your way and it like the lady said, it's okay. She didn't know, okay, she can come over. We're in line. We waited in line patiently, and we was like, yeah, she can go.
Just go ahead, sis.
Sort of like in Chuck E. Cheese, I was like, go ahead, help her win. Like, and that's how I am.
Yeah.
I told you about the boy running into me in Sugar House. I told y'all that last week.
Yeah.
Boy ran into me, and I said,
cuz.
I said, excuse me. He was like, damn, dog, fuck, you ain't see me? Like, brother, you ran into me. Like, but that's just how I am because I'm a diffuser.
Yeah.
Go ahead, it's all right. Go help her do what. And they still be going. The lady in Chuck E. Cheese was still going. The lady in Wawa was still going. I said, excuse me. Bull said, damn, dog, you out. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What do y'all want from this? Like, what do you want the end result of this to be? What you want us to just say, put your shit in a bag and to take it?
It's nuts.
What do you want here? Like, why are you so angry?
It's nuts, man. Where do you want to go? Because we got a lot with the marathon continuing. Like, you want to go into the album? Do you want to go into Lauren? And I want to save the relationship shit.
Yeah, let's save the relationship shit.
All right, this is a question that got posed to us the other day, and it's funny because you, me, Ra, even Joe, we're everybody I spoke to, we all were on the same tip. It sucks I gotta say this, but Rich was right. When Victory Lap came out, Rich berated me. That's gonna be the word of the week. Berated.
Berate. Word of the week is berate.
Rich berated me about why I wasn't heralding Victory Lap. Like, even when I did the best albums of the year, he was like, yo, why Victory Lap not on there? And I was like, it's just not on the level with Astro World and Daytona.
Yeah, we're dickheads. We said Astro World was better than Victory Lap. When's the last time you listened to Astro World?
We are dick. I ain't gonna hold you. Yosemite, of course, the joint with Drake.
I listen to Can't Say a Lot.
What's the opening joint? The beginning of the song.
I don't even remember.
I can't remember anything this week. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Hey, audience, we fucked up.
Well, I can admit it.
We fucked up. I've been admitting it for 2 weeks. We fucked up, bro.
Stargazing, Sicko Mode, and Yosemite are on a playlist I got. I play them all the fucking time. I love those joints. But yeah, outside of that, I really haven't gone back to Astro World. And I said it the other day on Twitter. When Cardi won the Best Rap Grammy, I was kind of puzzled at how that won over Astro World. Just seeing that though Astro World really was on the chart for like months. He was really in the top 10 for months. He had the number one song in the country for weeks. And then he had the second biggest debut of the year. Yeah. So it was just like I didn't understand that at the time. Going back and really, I told you why I didn't think Daytona was best rap album. It was 7 songs. I just can't do that.
I mean, I've been saying that since Daytona came out, and I love Daytona.
Right.
But 7 songs is not an album make. It just isn't. It doesn't reach the threshold.
But going back and listening to Victory Lap now, with everything that's known, it kind of plays into what we were talking about earlier. Mm-hmm. We just missed so much. Like when you listen to that last verse on Dedication, it used to be stay safe, now stay dangerous. That's why I dove off the deep end. No, because ain't no point playing defense, nigga. That's why I dove off the deep end, nigga,
without a life jacket.
Couple mil, tour the world, all my life cracking. You really listen to
real
that.
estate businesses and my life cracking. I'll be damned if I slave. I'll be damned if I slave for some white crackers. And that's a Cameron line too.
Yeah,
shout out to Cameron.
But it's just like you listen to those, like you listen to.
He was painting the picture.
Blue Laces 2. Blue Lace. I ain't gonna hold you, dog. Blue Laces 2 almost make me want to like. I kind of want you to get shot so I can drive you to the hospital. Like, that's how good that song is. You know what I mean? The joint with CeeLo, Loaded Bases. It's just
brilliant
like,
records. The joint with Marsha, real big.
I'm sitting on my Lincoln thinking, I ain't going to make 100 mil off in these streets, and I'm probably going to end up in somebody's precinct, or even worse, in a church, laid out in front of the, what do you say? In the hearse, laid out in front of the church. Like that, and it's crazy, that really happened. Like, you listen to it now, like with that mind. You listen to Double Up and all of these different songs. It's just like, yo,
we're fucking dickheads.
We are dickheads, and Victory Lap was the best rap album that came out last year. And that's not me just reacting off of everything. No. Like really listening to it like straight through over and over and over again. I'm like, damn. And I hate to admit it, cause fuck Rich. Rich was right though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, he was like
he was right.
He told me, he said, Chad, I don't understand how somebody like you,
he told me the same shit.
The independent hustler that you are, and you know what I'm saying, how is this not your soundtrack?
He was like, Matt,
I don't understand.
Like, Matt, I respect you when it comes to music because you really know like all this shit. Like you a real live music guy. How you don't fuck with Victory Lap like that? Like the shit he talking, the angles he playing, the craftsmanship of the songs, and I'm just like. Is it because really what I did was I gazed over and somebody, who was it the other day? It was Jules. Jules was like, yo, it just dropped in a difficult time period for us. It 100%. Dropped, the Pusher and Drake shit was the biggest shit out here. That was all the fuck because we wanted Daytona.
Yeah.
Like, even I think Love said that. Like, we was like, all we wanted was Daytona. And then the Kanye was doing the 5 albums shit with an album every week. Then the Drake shit dropped with the double out. It fell in a bad. You figure when it debuted 4th on Billboard. This week, it's actually its highest week on Billboard.
Yeah, it sold more than his debut week.
Right. And he didn't have, like we spoke about, he didn't have that mind-blowing radio smash to where it was like, this shit is just going to play all the time.
But the thing is, it's like, even going back and hearing it and hearing the shit that gets spins on the radio, Grinding All My Life should have been the biggest shit in the country. Double Up should have been one of the biggest records in the fucking country.
I actually think last time that I checked would have been bigger than...
It just didn't cut through. It did not cut through, and it's like
last time that I checked feels like what should have been pushed as the first single. If I was an A&R and going to push a single off that album, last time that I checked.
And the thing is, right? Atlantic had their best A&R, Dallas Martin, on the fucking project. And Atlantic is a single machine. Yeah. That's all they do is pump out singles. But for whatever reason with Nip, it's like they almost like used a different formula or something as far as like breaking his record. Like, and it's like the craziest, strangest fucking shit ever. Like a couple years ago, right? My old head had On Deck Entertainment or whatever like that, and that was Cooley's label, and they had an artist named City Romanecki who was writing a lot of records for like a lot of artists like in the city and like other places or whatever, and they got in contact with Hot New Hip Hop to push City's record. Hot New Hip Hop is who broke and pushed Trap Queen for Fetty, the biggest record of fucking 2014, bar none. So it's like, all right, so they get with them expecting, yo, we gonna give y'all this City record, whatever it was called, Andre Vamonos. We gonna give y'all this City record, and we want it to hit the same type of platform as fucking Trap Queen, because if it do, we're out of here, City's out of here, we gonna make 30 M's, and what the fuck, they saying we ain't gotta deal with this shit no more. Hot New Hip Hop decided to use a whole different fucking formula to push City's record in a different algorithm to push his record than they used for Trap Queen, and the shit bombed. Yeah. And it's just like, yo, I just gave you motherfuckers like $22,000 to push this fucking record, and the shit bombed. Like, how does this happen? Yeah. And everybody just sitting around like, oh, we don't know. Like, it's just, you know, we tried something different and it didn't work.
Just looking at last year, like I'm looking at it now, and when I talk about Victory Lap just kind of fell in a bad spot. It dropped in February, right?
Yeah.
2018. Cardi B, let me look at the date on this, make sure I ain't tripping. All right, yeah. Cardi B, Ye, Daytona, J. Cole, KOD, Beer Bongs and Bentleys all dropped within 30 days after it. Yeah. The Invasion of Privacy, Beer Bongs and Bentleys, that was the charts. Yeah. That was the whole entire charts. Jay-Z and Beyonce, that's popping black. All the chicks, they just... KOD with J. Cole, it just, people was not, we even talked about it on a couple shows before. Everybody dropped last year.
Everybody
dropped last year except for Rihanna and Kendrick. Yeah. So every Future, Drake, everybody dropped.
And Party Next Door.
Everybody dropped last year. Yeah. So you had the all of the good music albums. You had the streaming and festival crowds with 21 Savage and Beer Bongs and Bentleys and Cardi B's, all of this. It just fell in a bad spot to where it just couldn't get the shine. Once that Drake Pusher shit happened, that controlled music for like 2 months. It just couldn't. And Migos had Culture too. It just was too much. Yeah. And then by the time the later part of the year came around, Eminem dropped. Fucking Wayne dropped. Future dropped. It just, Victory Lap fell in a bad little spot to where if you wasn't checking for Victory Lap or for Nipsey, you would have missed it.
You missed it.
And Lee even said it the other day. She was like, yo, I never caught you just playing Nipsey all the time. And I'm like, yeah, nah. Like, I would play Nipsey. I had Crenshaw and all of that type stuff. But Victory Lap was very good.
It's
very good.
Excellent album.
It's very good.
Excellent album.
Yeah, so we slept. We dropped the ball.
We need an asterisk on the TRPE awards. Like, Victory Lap was the best album. Like, bar none. Like, it's the best rap album.
Yeah. Even the intro was great.
It's
like Victory
excellent.
Lap. Yeah, it was good.
It's excellent. Like I just been finding myself. I've been toggling between that. Uzi put out 2 new records that are really, really good. I've been listening to Uzi's new records, and I've been listening to Yo Gotti artists, man. 42 Doug a lot, man. Yo Gotti and Lil Baby got this artist from Detroit called 42 Doug, man. He good, man. He's so good, and his album is like some of the best shit that came out this whole year, and it's good, man. Like if y'all like street like oriented hip hop shit like that, like fuck with 42 Doug. He got a project called Young and Turnt. That shit is excellent. Like it's all I've been listening to. Him, Nipsey, and then these handful of Uzi records. That's all I've been listening to for the last 3 weeks.
What's your favorite 3 joints off Victory Lap? Now that you've gone back, like
Grinding All My Life, Real Big, and Hustle and Motivate.
See, this is why I like how we're just so different when it comes to that. Hustle and Motivate. I remember when I first heard it, I just couldn't get past the sample.
I didn't have the appreciation for it because of the sample, and now it's my favorite.
I'm still like, it came on the other day in the gym, and I'm just like, because it's so hard because that beat is so good.
Yeah,
and just certain shit I just don't like touched. I don't know if that's the nostalgia.
Yeah.
I just don't.
But he rapping so hard on that motherfucker.
He is. He does good on it.
And his voice and his inflection and the way that his vocals are produced is so, it's like cinematic. And then it's like, do you see the video with him sitting on the car going back? I'm just like, we fucked up, man.
We some dickheads.
We fucked up, dog. The whole shit was right there.
Looking back on it, my favorite 3 joints is last time that I checked, Blue Laces and the joint with CeeLo, Loaded Bases. I like that. Dedication is dope too.
Dedication is fire.
Dedication
was my original, like my bridge into that album, to where it's like, I don't really fuck with Hustle and Motivate, but I love Dedication for what both of them did. And it was like a perfect blend of like, it was like a Kendrick passing the torch moment almost to like Nipsey on the record, and just like they say he a better Crip. I say he a man first. You see what he doing from Black Business, like, so it's just like that record is a moment.
It's bigger than Deuces and Foes, my nigga. Yeah.
So that's like, that would be like my 4th record. But like I played Grinding All My Life 900 times last week. I just love that record.
That's kind of how I feel about last time that I checked. That joint get me going in the gym, dog. That five chains on my neck. It was no smut on my rep.
Yeah.
I like that. We some dickheads.
Yeah.
Ain't no way else to put it. Yeah.
Idiots.
So I'll say that for the TRPE crowd. Me, who's a music guy, man, I didn't appreciate this album at all.
Yeah.
And now I do. And I'm like, damn, because, there's no more Nipsey albums coming.
Right.
They'll probably figure out how to get one out from.
And the thing is with Nipsey, man, it's like he's on his 10th year of professionally releasing music. He was an independent artist, his debut album, all that shit last year, whatever. But he's been professionally releasing music like for 10 years now, because one of his first mixtapes was with fucking G Unit Radio and Wu Kid and all of that shit. Mm-hmm. So he was, he had the audience and the exposure. He was getting better.
Yeah.
Like Racks in the Middle is obviously not on Victory Lap. I love that fucking record.
And what used to kill me with Nipsey at first was like, it was like he didn't rap on the beat.
Yes.
And I used to like I don't know, maybe that's some West Coast thing or whatever. Like he's just talking, but it sounds melodic enough to be rap.
Yeah.
And at first it just, it was hard. And what it was for me was Hustle in the House. That was when it was like he clearly took an East Coast flow.
Yeah.
Big checks, big Glock. That was straight New York shit.
Yeah.
And it sounded great over that style of beat.
Yeah, he did what Game did.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, all right, yeah, I like this.
Coming straight out of Slauson, a crazy motherfucker named Nipsey. I'm turned up because I came from the 60s.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you can't lose with that NWA flow, but with the East Coast metaphor.
Cube used to, he was writing, thinking about Cube did his first album with the Bomb Squad.
Yeah.
Like Cube was working with New York motherfuckers. Yeah. Cube was actually writing. When I watched the movie, I didn't know that. Cube was writing for New York niggas.
Yeah.
So looking back on it, man, Victory Lap was, we some dickheads.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ain't no other way.
We got to hold this L.
Yeah, we got to hold this L. Hey, I ain't going to front.
We took an L today.
We took an L. All right, I want to talk about this, man, because people was bugging out, man, this week. Me, you, and Carl in Love, we had a conversation about it. People being so enamored with celebrities, good and bad, but just over the top enamored with celebrity life, as if celebrity life or what celebrities do is something you should aspire to or look up to. Me personally, I never understood it. I never understood relationship goals. I never understood life goals. As people.
Yeah.
I have goals in my relationship. I have goals in my life, but they're my goals.
Right.
Like, my relationship goal is not Gucci Mane and Keisha Kayor. That's not my relationship goal.
That ain't it.
Lovely couple. Nice people. I actually met Gucci.
Really?
In the airport. They're nice people. They're not my relationship goals.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And I never understood, like, Lauren London and Nipsey Hussle. People this week were tripping.
They've shot to the top of the number one AP relationship goal couple.
Associated Press. Yeah.
Like, if the AP did a poll on relationship goals, Nip and Lauren is number one this week.
Not realizing that they had problems just like every other relationship has. They had fights, arguments. It's like, I saw a tweet the other day where it said, I saw women using the way Nip loved Lauren to bash men. And then I saw men using the way Lauren loved Nip to bash women. And I did to myself, I was thinking, I put it on my IG story the other day, and I'm like, y'all all need therapy.
Yeah.
Like, massive therapy.
There's so much PTSD and trauma and so much unresolved grief with just black people on the whole.
Like,
let alone to then. So say if you come from a broken home, so the trauma and all that starts there.
Right.
The whole fact of, like, you 5, 6, 7, 8 years old and your dad supposed to come get you and he don't.
Right.
Like, shit, like you remember that shit and you carry that baggage through your whole fucking life to where now it becomes psychologically, it becomes a thing where it's like with men where they become super aggressive, or with women they start to shut down and now they are adversarial to the thought of a man being an authority figure and being able to tell them something. Nigga, my dad don't love me. Fuck you. Fuck you gonna tell me. Like, my father don't even love me. Ain't come get me for fucking 7 years. I ain't see this motherfucker. Ain't hear from this motherfucker. He off doing God knows what. What can you tell me? So it's like we carry that subliminally, carry that baggage forward, and it's like hurt people, and the shit just continues to go and go and go, and then it's like the broken home cycle and all of that shit, and just all of these different things that negatively impact people's brain cells and the way that they formulate thoughts and feelings and emotions, and to the point where people become afraid to feel shit. Like, you see all the time on social media, the next nigga that hurt me, I'm killing this nigga, and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, damn, sis, like, in the course of a relationship, shit gonna happen, good, bad, ugly, and other. And it's just like, you take that shit and you learn from it and you use it to recognize the signs of a bad relationship next time. You ain't got to drop me.
I see people that say shit like, I'm never going 100% trust again. I'm never going to give my all in a relationship because I ain't going to get played and shit. Like, and I'll be like, if you're not going to give 100% to your relationship,
why be in it?
Why are you going out there? You don't want 60% of LeBron, do you? Like, that don't make sense. Why are you go on the IR and relax? Let your Achilles heal and you go out there next season.
But another factor be, bro, people be thinking that they doper than what they are. And they be giving themselves too much credit to where they think like, oh, 60% of me is better than 100% of the next bitch. And it's like, no. Like, absolutely not.
I was watching this shit go on this week and I'm thinking to myself, like, we need a massive reboot. Like,
we need to control alt delete.
Dog, you remember old computers and old electronics, right? So it was like, Control Alt Delete if your computer act up, right? And that would normally fix some shit. If that didn't work, you could unplug it and just relaunch the whole system. You plug it back in and the shit don't come on. Old school electronics, you could take a little screwdriver and remember it was a reset button in the back and you could poke that and you know I'm wiping out everything that's on this motherfucker.
But this motherfucker gonna work.
But it's gonna work.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all need little screwdrivers in your back. Dead ass. That's where we at in society. Like, we need fresh start. Y'all just need fresh starts because there's no reason that you could see this death and did they love each other? Yes, clearly. They were together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But There's no reason on earth for this to be fuel for y'all to diss men or diss women, vice versa. This is trauma. There's nothing else.
Y'all hurt.
Hurt.
Y'all big hurt. Y'all Frank Thomas.
And
The big hurt. Y'all are fucked around, man.
fucking Frank Thomas. You see his new Genix commercial?
Yes,
It's the
man.
funniest commercial on fucking television. But yo, Carl had mentioned it the other day. Shout out Pastor Carl. Carl was like, these people are way too engulfed in celebrities.
Correct.
Because they look at celebrities and be like, oh, that's my relationship. That's relationship goals. When it's people who in front of you have dope relationships, but you just don't care because he's not a rapper and she's not a actress or an Instagram chick. And I was like, dog, I saw people this week say shit like, damn, Lauren was really Nip whole world because he took her everywhere and always was talking about her. He really loved that girl. Y'all niggas would never. And I was like, yo, what's crazy is I mentioned Lee. We talk on this podcast
All the time.
I mention Lee all the fucking time on here. You know what bitches tell me? All you do is talk about your girl.
You
That
annoying.
shit annoying. Right.
You burnt out.
Right. And I be like,
We get it. You got a girl, nigga. You love her. Fuck you.
right. But I mean, like, where? You know why? I don't have a Wraith. You know what I'm saying? If I had a Wraith and 9 rollies and I was getting 200 bands a show, then it'd be like, oh man, that's dope. He really love his girl.
This is fantastic. You drive the bus and she work when she work. It's like,
You regular.
fuck y'all.
Fuck yeah, y'all wear this shit. Dog, I remember when Lee first got on IG, my ad name is Matt Makes Me Sick. Her ad name when she first got on IG was like, no, he really does make me sick. That was her ad name.
Yeah.
I remember seeing chicks who don't know me and don't know her. Like, fuck out of her, she Joe as shit. Why is her ad? And I'm just like, yo, sis, you kind of look like Tracy McGrady. Relax. Calm down over there. You know what I'm saying? And it's just...
You kind of look like Tracy McGrady.
But because it was annoying.
Yeah.
But if Lauren London or Keisha Kayor it did, oh my God, they goals, goals, and that's really where we are as a people. Celebrities is what we aspire to.
Yeah, for
when
sure.
it goes back to that whole thing, it's Nipsey's in your own hood that you could give a fuck about. It's people who live on your block who do the same shit, who've been with their wives for 25 years, done put kids through college. I say this all the time.
Ain't got no side babies.
You ain't got no relationship goals in your family. Ain't nobody happily married. That your relationship goals are 2 entertainers who probably gonna be broken up in 7 months. Right. Nobody, your aunts, your uncle, nobody. Think about how crazy that is.
Big Sean and Janae was relationship goals for a long time. Remember that? She got the tattoo of my man's face.
Think about that. My grandfather and my grandmother were married till my grandmother passed away.
Yeah.
My dad and my mother were married for 21 years. My mother passed away. Him and his Sheila, that's my stepmother, they've been together now, what is it, 2019? 13, 14 years? It's been a while. Like, happily married. They go on vacations and eat dinner and shit. It's fucking lit. Yeah, because that's really...
They like each other. They hang out.
They hang out and shit. Like, that's really all a relationship is. For y'all to have these wild-ass goals, and I be like, y'all really never been in, like, a successful
Hey, nobody never
relationship.
gave a fuck about you.
Or just something regular. Like, bringing your lady... Lee up here all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Bringing your lady
Listen,
around,
man,
not shocking.
I have lasting relationships with women that I dated 10, 12, 15 years ago. We ain't necessarily fucking around no more, but like, I don't have nobody that's just like with a pitchfork like that hate me, contrary to popular belief. I know y'all probably think that, but like, no, every woman I ever been with, like, you know, whether it was a relationship or just a friendship that was more than that, whatever, like, I taught them shit and I brought something to the table and I left them with more than what they came with. And that be the difference. Motherfucker, get with y'all and gut you the fuck out, dry your car, fucking don't change the oil, blow the engine, steal out your purse and all that shit, and then you look up 8 years later and you like, yo, where did my life go? You fat and hit with 3 kids, and now you're like, where the fuck did my life go? And it's like, yeah.
Remember American Pimp, they was like, why does a hoe need a pimp? And he was like, well, it's very simple. See, your average bitch, she go out to the club. He was like, Bitch go out, she want to sell some pussy. She go out, sell some pussy on the weekend, make a little $1,500. Bitch don't know what to do with herself. She go buy some weed, some drink, get her some clothes, get her hair done, nails done. Next thing she know, she broke and the rent due. She don't know what the fuck going on. Then you got the regular bitches, they ain't even selling pussy. They go out to the bar, to the club, a nigga buy her a cognac, take her back to the Momo, fuck the lining out of a cock, don't get a bitch a dime. I remember watching that, like, yo, this nigga's off this shit. And as crazy as it sounds, that be the reality
true.
for some motherfuckers.
Like, I said that shit on social media probably like 6, 7, 8 months ago. I'm like, yo, the reason why women don't ever have no fucking money, y'all spending on bullshit. Because you would rather have this material item to put on your IG or your IG story and show all the poor people that's following you that you doing better than them. As opposed to actually having the money in your bank account to have the financial freedom to escape the dumb shit that you keep doing to yourself. It's simple. I had a girl tell me before, I've used this example on the show 5 different times. She's a hairdresser and she was selling hair. And I was like, yeah, so what's up with the hair shit? Like, you know, I'm trying to find an investment. Like, I'll put the money up, whatever. We can really get this shit booming. She got a little following or whatever, little crazy bitch, cute, everybody know her. I'm like, all right, let's make some money together. She like, oh, well, you know, with the hair shit, I really only do it when I need money. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I only sell hair when I need money. I said, so let me pitch a concept to you and see if you're picking up what I'm putting down.
What if you sell this shit 24/7?
And you never need money because you always have money. And she's like, I never looked at it like that.
I wish y'all could have seen the hand on
like,
the chin.
I've never looked at it like that, and I'm just like, you're fucking doomed. Like, the business relationship was severed at that point because it's like, yo, I'm gonna give you 5 bands, you gonna fucking go buy some Fendi shit, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be looking like a Fendi model with my bread, and I'm gonna fucking smoke you. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, just to avoid all of that, like, I'm gonna just keep my little cash.
When Gucci came home, chicks was like, what? Gucci gave Keisha $2 million, she gave him back 6. That's goals for real, but y'all niggas ain't got no money to give a chick when you go to jail. And I'm like, y'all get $2 million, y'all gonna end up like Ginger on Casino, on heroin and in a motel.
Your pimp boyfriend gonna take half of it off the rip.
Cool out. Like, stop. Like, and these people, it's just, I saw so much, and it's just, I don't get why y'all are so angry, why y'all hate each other so much.
And it be simplistic shit to where it's like, yo, y'all look, a lot of y'all done had a nigga like Nipsey with his head on straight coming to your lives, and you just ran him through the mud and gutted him the fuck out. Or y'all done fucked his homeboy, y'all done fucked the help because he had on a bust down and he had on a plain Jane, and you didn't understand that, and diamonds are intrinsically valueless and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shit like that. You got caught looking at the shiny fucking toy and got fucked and had a baby by the help. Like, it be all types of shit that y'all just do that just dead dumbass wrong. And men also, y'all not off the hook because y'all done had good women come into y'all lives and y'all done completely gutted them out, ran them through the mud, fucking crashed her car, had a bitch driving her car, all type of stupid ass shit, and then you wonder why she don't want to fuck with you no more.
Yeah. I just saw a lot of tweets and just the bar is literally below the floor.
Yes.
I saw a post the other day that said, wow, 9 days since Nipsey died and ain't one side bitch came forward yet, a true king. And I'm like, sis, delete this. Like, this ain't it. But that's really how bad it's gotten, that when people die, the side bitches start coming out. And next thing you know, her folks is arguing with the white folks, and it's just like, this, all of this. I'd be like Batman. Like, I'm going to come out as a vigilante at night with little screwdrivers and just go around the city poking y'all in the back because y'all really need y'all need your reset buttons hit. The fact that you really think... I saw chicks the other day like, what? Nipsey used to burn sage before they left out the house. Do you know how crazy it is that a man would care about your energy going into the world that he burning sage? And I'm like, shut up. Like...
Shut up. Yo, listen.
Shut up.
I commented on that post. The girl had like 26,000 retweets at the time. Somehow, some way, she wanted to respond to me. Stop being a troll. This is Lauren's exact words. I said, sis, did you read your own tweet before you responded to me? Because you definitely added the spice on it. Talking about y'all niggas don't know what sage is and you know how much a man gotta care about you. No, the nigga just is in touch with himself and his feng shui or whatever, and it's just some regular shit. But like, so
my grandparents were married for 45 years.
Nobody burnt no sage in the crib.
They never lit up newspapers in the house. Like you just don't. Yeah, you don't have to do that. If you want to do it, great. If you feel like it gives you a boost, there are people who work out that don't take creatine. There are people who do use creatine. If you want to use it, cool. You can get cheap motor oil. You can get really good motor. You can do whatever you want. That shit don't make you a bad person because you're not setting newspapers on fire in the house.
Shit, and to take it a step further, most of y'all don't even pray before
y'all
leave.
don't clean. Never mind.
Burning sage in a dirty house.
Yo, I said it the other day. I'm like, y'all asking people what they do to keep their skin clear. Wash your pillowcases. That like just like y'all be like almost like waiting for the silliness of the day so that you can run with it. This ain't it, yo.
Dumb shit, man.
Burning sage does not define your relationship.
And it ain't gonna save your life neither.
That too. Because if you meant to get hit by a bus that day, I don't care how positive
That motherfucker
your
is
energy
coming.
is. Like, but burning sage or not having side chicks come out the woodworks when you die, those aren't telltales of a great relationship.
Yeah.
Do I think their relationship was good? Yeah, I think they really did love each other.
Genuinely.
But they are human beings.
Yeah. They got to that point, and that's what people not understanding.
You have to work.
You gotta work this shit.
Jill, Abby, even Jules. Jules hung out with me and Lee and Charlotte. He's just like, yo, y'all, I fucks with y'all together. Y'all just dope. Like, y'all, I like y'all. And it'd be like, he was telling me this, like, yo, Lee, y'all really all that together. And I'm looking like, you know that Joan like this, like with the young boy. I'm on this show because I'm like, I almost had to crack her fucking head open this morning. But it looked good now.
Yeah. Look good in the pictures.
That's a relationship. You got ups, you got downs. There are nights where I'm on the couch. There are nights she stuck up. So
nights where she did some shit and you still on the couch.
Yeah, she did some dumb shit. I'm at the casino for 17 hours straight. That's a relationship. Yeah. It's not always peaches and cream. It's not always bad. If y'all in a relationship where the cons outweigh the pros, I don't know what LeBron left Cleveland.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Escape.
Get out.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
Get out. Yeah, the nose running. Get out. Ain't nothing I can say, but there's no relationship that's perfect. There are relationships that are ups and downs. I saw somebody the other day say, Lauren never got this version. I mean, Wayne didn't get this version of Lauren because he was a piece of shit. And it's like, well, they were children.
Yeah.
That's another thing people, like I said last week, with people comparing Nip to Pac. Pac was a child.
Yeah.
Pac was a boy. Nip is a grown man.
Yeah.
You're 35. I'm 34.
36 now. I'm old.
You're 36. I'm going to be 35 this year. Me and Lee been together 7 years. You ask somebody who I dealt with 12 years ago, they didn't get this version of me.
Fuck no.
I'm 30. I was fucking 22.
Yeah.
That's the part that irritates me a little bit. Like, because I got chicks who like, well, I got one that like cannot stand me. We dealt with each other when we were 21. I was a child.
Yeah, got a scumbag. Take your L and move on, ma'am.
I did some nut shit. I admit it. Charlamagne said it best. I was a fuckboy back then. I admit it. Shout out Clint. I was. I'm 35 now, sis. I'm on. You engaged. I'm in a whole nother. Let it go.
L-I-G. Let it go.
She blocked me on Facebook. Cool. Twitter came out, she blocked me on that. IG came out, like whatever the new shit come out, she blocked me on. It'd be like, sis, let it go. It's over with.
Hyper Twitter blocked this nigga.
Whatever the new shit is, I'm blocked instantly. And it just be like, yo, people grow. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He met her. He wasn't the man he was today, or when he passed away. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
She wasn't the woman that he had. Like, that's what you grow and build and learn with people. Y'all want an amazing relationship by Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's not realistic.
This shit ain't like Nipsey and Lauren by Tuesday. Fuck shit. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I see people, I ain't got time to build no man. I ain't got time to build no bitch. And it'd be like, you gotta build you don't start at a job. Like, that's another reason why people can't, like, get a job. That's the reason why.
Yeah, they want to start at the CEO level.
It just don't work like that.
This bitch with the fat ass on my IG say she the CEO of such and such clothing line. I need to start at the CEO position. $782,000 a year, or it ain't gonna work. Security, get this motherfucker out of here.
It's like me with the working out shit. It's not gonna be an overnight thing.
Yeah,
I'm going from a place where I was 500 pounds. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Got on a scale the other day. I'm 319. I'm almost there to 200.
Yeah.
But it's a work in progress. That's kind of the way it go. This show. Remember our first podcast? I saw something the other day was like, your first podcast is gonna stink. Your first book is gonna be awful. Your first haircut you perform is gonna be trash. Basically, like, don't be afraid to start.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have to learn.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you gotta take into life. Our first podcast, I listened to it recently. It's listenable too.
Yeah.
It's not good. Like it was our back and forth that we normally have, but I thought it was all right. It wasn't as good as it is now, to where we know how to play off each other. I know how to let you go. You know how to let me. Like, it wasn't that because we just weren't 80 shows in.
I mean, the concept of mastery was from Robert Greene, who wrote the book, 10,000 hours to master anything.
Anything.
Like, and that's just fucking building a desk, putting the fucking wheels on a fucking chair, putting peanut butter on a cracker and putting it in the like, it takes you 10,000 man hours to master anything. If you're a fucking genius, maybe 8,000. But you still have to put the time in, and you cannot cheat the fucking process. I did not just out of the blue become the best fucking promoter in my city because
Ra the other day, not to cut you off. Ra the other day, the first game of the playoffs, Nets and the Sixers. Ra said, the line opened at 8. It went down to 4.5 because Embiid was listed as not playing. But Ra was like, my sources are telling me Embiid's going to play, so I'm going to wait for the line to jump back up. Then I'm going to get the best of it. Ra got the game Nets 8.5. Nets went out and spanked him. And it's just like, Ra couldn't have done that. But just, he said it, and the shit really, Embiid got listed not playing. Then Embiid was playing. The line jumped. He got the best. And like, that shit takes time.
Yes.
Time.
Yeah.
I sat down at a poker table the other night. My first hand at the table. Dealer was like, I was coming in on a big blind. You're probably not going to understand because you're not a poker player, but poker players will get it. I come in on a big blind. Dealer deals me King 8 off. Everybody limps. I'm not even sitting in the chair. I look at it. Go ahead, run it. Flop comes out King 8-6. I flop
2 pair.
I flop top 2 pair, rainbow board. I throw out $20. I'm thinking the hand is over. Fold. Dude calls the 20. I'm like, all right. Turn comes. It was a 4. I throw out 35. He comes over the top to 100. I'm like, I call. Throw 100 out. River comes. I check. He was like, I check. I'm like, top 2. He's like, oh, you're good. I've turned it over. He was like, I thought about rifling a bet on that river. I was like, I was calling anything you put in the pot. And he was like, really? I'm like, yes. He was like, you thought you were good there? I'm like, yes. But that shit took time for me to feel that confident and comfortable. He didn't flop a set. He doesn't have, I just kind of know where I'm at. Like, and that's what it is with a relationship. That's what it is with working out. That's what it is with cutting hair. That's what it is with podcasting. If you're not ready to work at whatever the fuck you're getting into. People don't realize that. Relationships is not just, I'm supposed to be with somebody, so I'm going to be with somebody. Yeah. You have to be willing to compromise. You have to be willing to understand. There be days, I swear to God, where I know I'm right. You
got to eat it.
100% right. But I just be like, what's it worth?
Yeah. Why press the issue on this point?
Because I want the barbecue salmon for dinner. Like, why? Just let it go.
Yeah,
and that's what you learn, how to compromise and how to work and how to maneuver with somebody. Y'all don't be ready, men and women. Y'all need them little screwdrivers. Y'all don't be ready to do this. So worrying about Lauren and Nipsey or Keisha and Gucci or fucking Kirk and Rashida, whoever the fuck it is you look up to, stop. Yeah. Just stop looking up to these celebrities and people who are famous who are regular as shit. They go through the same drama we all go through. Yeah. They do. That's the whole Cardi B and what's his name?
Offset.
They live in a
people had the pitchforks out like, please dump this nigga.
Think about y'all at 24, 25, and if you and your guy would have both had $20 million.
Imagine if you and your guy right now at 24, 25 and y'all had $20, how crazy y'all would be acting. Imagine if your check overpaid y'all each $20. Y'all be acting like fucking lunatics. Now take that and multiply it to 20 million. Imagine if y'all had an extra 40 ball to split between the two of you. How much crazy shit y'all will be talking on social
Man,
media.
if y'all had an extra $20. I wish y'all could see this nigga.
God forbid that the paycheck gods change your tax structure and bless you with an extra $20. You'll be acting like a fucking psychopath.
Oh man, you's a funny motherfucker, bro. What was you was talking about tweets? Oh, all right, I'm just looking at it now.
The two best Nipsey.
What happened with the girl tweeting? What was that about?
All right,
Because I missed it.
so this girl tweeted. She was like, "Yeah, I've been posting all this RIP Nip and all this content and this and that in support of him, only to find out that I'm blocked." So Black Twitter, and she screenshotted Nipsey Hussle has blocked you. So Black Twitter got a hold of it and was like, the marathon continues, blocked.
So everybody started
blocking her. So everybody retweeting it on top of it. This what Nip would have wanted. TMC blocked. So everybody on the thread,
This is what Nip would have wanted.
thousands of people blocked this girl. Like, you could see her follower count like dwindling because some people knew her and
That's
some
funny
didn't.
as shit.
So all the people blocking her to the point where she was just deleting her account. Like, you know what? I can't deal with this.
Now, see, shit like that makes me really like. That's why I like Twitter, because Twitter is that fucking funny. This is what Nip
They
would have
like,
wanted.
marathon continues without you, blocked. That shit went on for days, like 2-3 days. She finally deleted her
I missed
fucking
all of
account.
that. That's
shit was
funny as
hilarious,
shit.
man.
Oh, that's funny.
And then my other favorite social media moment of the week, there's a tweet that everybody from Philly stole. I don't know who they stole it from, but I've seen it 57 times. Lauren was Nipsey's piece. You bitches are pieces of shit. That was my
It started
favorite.
because Lauren said that in the
In obituary?
no, when the first initial post she made, because again, people were literally on the
They had
edge
post
of,
notifications turned on.
they were on the edge of their chairs waiting for Lauren London to post about. I literally saw somebody like, "Damn, why ain't Lauren post yet?" And it's just like, says she grieving the loss of her husband. Like, can you
Shut the fuck up.
Can you shut the fuck? Go, your kids are eating beefaroni again. God damn.
My ass 50. They said, why are you talking about this? Nipsey died. You don't got nothing to say.
Nipsey, bitch. I speak on it when I'm ready. Get the fuck out of here. Like, yeah, that's the truth. Like, shut up. But when Lauren did make the post, because I saw everybody reposting it or whatever, that's why I saw it, because I don't even follow her. She said, "I'm totally lost. You were my sanctuary." And chicks started, damn, she said Nip was her sanctuary. You know how much you got to love somebody for them to be like that? Nip was her sanctuary. Y'all niggas was halfway houses or some. That's where the whole shit started. And then in rebuttal, it was almost like no scrubs and no pigeons. And then in rebuttal,
I can't hold you. That shit was funny.
That was great.
That was great.
And then in rebuttal, that was the Lauren was his piece. Y'all pieces of shit.
That was great.
Because y'all all hate each other and shit. But to wrap it all up, man, the marathon does continue. Nip got the top 5 albums on iTunes.
Yeah.
Victory Lap is the second, number 2 on the charts right now. Did 62,000. I think it's going to do more this week now with all the Funeral. Funeral was dope. Oh, I hate BET, Almost Black Television. They make me fucking sick. How'd you watch it? You watch it on Tidal?
I watched it on Tidal, yeah.
I was at work. BET, and then I wanted to film it for my, like, at the crib, so I knew I wasn't going to be there. BET apparently doesn't have a programming director, because you would think, like Aretha, like Michael Jackson, all these funerals that come on television, it would say funeral homegoing service for whatever, blocked out for this time. On BET, fucking Being Mary Jane was just on.
Being Mary Jane Marathon.
It was a Being Mary Jane marathon on fucking BET. So to record it, you basically just had to DVR all the I DVR like 8 Being Mary Janes. So now I go home and I got 8 Being Mary Janes on, and I'm going through them trying to figure out what is episode 2 is the one where Snoop talk. Episode 3 is the I know all this shit now. And I'm like, BET's so fucking trash. Because they didn't block it out from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Nipsey Hussle service. It was Being Mary Jane 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So that irritated the fuck out of me. But and then it started late because all the goofy shit outside or whatever. But Nipsey's legacy is bigger than we all thought.
Bigger than his life.
we all just missed. We all, like, everybody. Like, Roddy the other day even was like, I didn't know he was doing this much. I didn't know he did this much. And it's like, goddamn, like, am I that removed, or did everybody just play it too casually? And I'm like, I think everybody
took it for granted.
We took it for granted. We just played it like in one ear, out the other ear.
Yeah, but I guarantee. But here's the thing, right? If what he would have been doing would have ended up making him a billionaire or something like that, everybody would have been talking about it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yo, we just so like apoplectic as a society that it's like either you rich or you not.
Right.
And it's like either you mega rich or you not. And it's like if you mega rich, we care about everything you got going on.
Right.
Beyonce, Jay-Z, we care about everything you got going on. Nas, we care about everything you got going on. You get into a fight with your baby mom, you post some shit on your Instagram, spazzing out. We care about that. That shit is newsworthy. Right. But if you just like a regular 10
like
million,
15 million.
yeah, like it's like whatever. Got your little STEM center, nigga. Enjoy yourself. Have a nice weekend. Might go eat this Alfredo. You know what I'm saying? It's just we just don't give a fuck. Like just as a society, it's like either you mega rich or you just everybody else.
Yeah, it's like the whole free Meek Mill situation. Yeah, we rallying, we down here. Meek got out. Meek like, yo, I'm meeting with him today to like try to reform parole. And I ain't coming down.
I got a work thing.
I catch it on the gram. Like, that's really how people are. So, but R.I.P. Nip.
Definitely R.I.P. Nip.
You know, they playing your music. I saw a white guy on a motorcycle the other day. He had last time that I checked playing loud from the motorcycle. It just sucks that you got to die to fully get your roses, because if you give them the roses while they alive, you're a dick eater.
ESPN that week was playing on all of the countdown shows and all of that, and the halftime shows and all that, playing Grinding All My Life, like, and just various Nip records.
One thing I thought that was dope, Charles Barkley and all of them was talking about Nip today, and Charles Barkley said, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I knew him or was no big Nip fan or whatever, but anybody who wants to affect the community in which he comes from, especially somebody black, wants to affect the community that they come from, I got nothing but love for that. So it just made me a fan of him this week. And I was like, that's because that's where a lot of people were. And I saw don't act like y'all been Nip fans before this.
Oh, you know, like, that's all. You know that's coming.
Shut up. Like, where's my screwdriver? Like,
you know that's coming.
Like, shut up. But before we bounce, I want to talk about some quick sports talk, man. It's been going down this week. Magic finally stepped his dumb ass down. And it's funny because we Laker fans, and instantly I had people who aren't Laker fans trying to like play. LeBron ran Magic off, and I'm like, bruh, I'm happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck out of that. Magic tampering Johnson.
Magic was awful as a front, and people don't realize this. Like, you a great basketball player. Jordan, he's probably arguably the best. It's him and LeBron. That's going to be the argument for a while. If you're a Jordan fan, you got your nostalgic. Great. No, Jordan's the best player ever to you. I'm going to let you in on a little secret, though. Jordan cannot remove a brain tumor. You have to accept it, that these people are just not good at everything. It just is what it is.
Yeah, real shit.
Not every great player makes a great coach. In fact, the best coaches weren't really good players.
Yeah.
The best coaches ever were Phil Jackson and Pat Riley and Jeff Van Gundy. These weren't all. They were awful
role players.
They were awful players.
Role players at best.
At best. At best. They don't make great coaches all the time. They don't make great scouts all the time. They don't great Jordan. Look how long it's taken him to just get Charlotte to where it's like they like
a serviceable franchise.
Serviceable, like they're not even making the playoffs or crushing it. Just because Jordan is the owner, don't mean y'all about to win 10 chips. No. Magic was not good as a front office. It was
awful. And apparently he never came to work. on top of that, that would explain why he was so awful at his job. He never came to work.
And I was like, yo, I'm kind of happy, Magic, and I want Pelinka ass out of there. Like, I'm good with it.
They're basically saying that in the fallout from all of this, Magic and Pelinka were separate hires. Mm-hmm. They got presented as if they came in together and they were lockstep in what they doing, and they weren't.
Right.
And like Pelinka is off the Kobe tree, and he's trying to go the route like Bob Myers did, from an agent to an exec, and this, that, and the third. And Magic was the face of the franchise. But Magic being so terrible at his job and also not willing to put the work in and thinking he was just going to charm people.
Goes back to what I was saying earlier. You have to put the work in to be successful.
He thought he was going to be able to just charm Anthony Davis out of fucking New Orleans and shit like that. And then whenever he was met with any type of like adversity, he didn't know what to do.
People probably saw Hall of Fame best point guard ever, Magic Johnson, taking over as president of basketball operations for the Lakers and was like, president goals. Not realizing Magic is not good at this.
It's awful.
It just looked that
Not
is
good.
exactly what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
You have to put the work in. You just cannot show
One
up.
of my number one principles in life is that you can't cheat the process.
No.
Whatever your process is, like you have to put the fucking time in, and you have to be dedicated and have a level of commitment to what you want to have. So like Magic, you're running 97 businesses, bro. I get it. You're a billionaire. You're rich as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get it. But this franchise does not need to be run like it's 1987 and you just like popping up here or there. And if you're going to take that role, put somebody under you that's going to do the fucking work for you. At least pretend like, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what the fuck is going on. Like I had somebody that I know in a nightclub business. It's awful. It's terrible. But once upon a time, he was running a club, and in the club that he was running, he had all these smart people up under him running shit that made it look like he was smart. It was only after he got stripped of his staff that you realize this is the dumbest motherfucker alive.
It'd be like that.
But it's like, at least he was smart enough to know I need to put some smart people up under me to fucking cover my ass. Yeah. And Magic just did none of the above. And it's just like, bro, I get it. Like the $10 million a year you making or whatever, it's like a drop in a bucket. You rich as fuck. You don't care. But us as Laker fans, we suffering. This is 6 years of no playoffs.
Right.
This is miserable.
Yeah.
Y'all traded D'Angelo Russell, an all-star, as a throw-in to getting off a Mozgov contract. You could have
didn't need to be signed.
You could have put Nick Young in that fucking deal. They would have took whoever to make the salaries match.
Right.
You traded a young, nobody trades young, talented players. They just did it again with fucking Zubac.
Yeah.
They traded him for Mike Muscala.
Right.
If Mike Muscala came in here tonight and punched me in the face, I would not know who Mike Muscala is. Y'all traded a talented young center who, in the minutes he was averaging 14 points and like 11 rebounds and shit, and you traded him for Mike Muscala, a 3-point shooting center. When guess what? You had a 3-point shooting center on your roster, Brook Lopez, that you let him go to Milwaukee for $3.5 million.
And then turned around and gave that money to Beasley, out of all people.
Now Beasley is in the Muscala trade to get rid of Zubac. You can't make this shit up. It's a series of poor moves and whiffs over and over and over again.
People, and I realize this with just social media, a lot of people really don't know. They see it on a lot of shit. This past week, Jay-Z $15 million to his kids. No,
Jay, like that didn't happen.
It didn't happen. But you see it on the timeline enough, people are like, oh yeah, no, this is what happened. So it's like, people look at it and all they see is that they hate LeBron. So they're like, oh, it's all LeBron's fault. Whereas you, me, Rob, people who really are Laker fans is looking like, bruh, Magic has been stinking it up for like since LeBron came. Like getting LeBron there wasn't a great feat. I could have got LeBron there.
Right. It's like, hey, LeBron, we got the money for you.
Oh, bet. All right.
All right, cool. I'll be over there like 3:00.
Real shit.
Come sign that joint.
That wasn't
shit.
like a great feat. But Magic just ran the whole show terribly. Yeah. He was awful. So I like Magic, but no, you don't need to be front office president of basketball operations. You just don't need to be that. How do you said the process? You made me think of the Sixers. How were you upset? People were pissed yesterday.
Man.
They were hurt. And it was funny because I was driving the bus the other day. A dude was on the phone. He was like, "Yeah, yo, I'm telling you, the Sixers make the finals against the Warriors. You know we gotta have a party or something." I'm like, "You can save those. You ain't gotta put those coins out, buddy.
You ain't gotta buy them confetti poppers."
And I was saying to myself, like, "You ain't gotta worry about that, pal. You're all right." Because they not making it.
They might be a first round exit.
I think they get past the Nets, but
it's gonna be a dogfight.
It is, but second round they're gonna have to see Toronto, and.
The one Sixer game I went to this year was against Toronto, and I'm just like, Toronto has unlimited 6'8" wing players with 7-foot wingspans. They just throw at you fucking game.
They lost to Orlando the other day by 3, but Kyle Lowry not about to have another game as abysmal as that. It's like Toronto's gonna win that series, and then you're going to see them second round. And if you get past them, you got Milwaukee winning. So it's like,
like you have to face Kawhi Leonard, who's the best perimeter defender in NBA, and then they can throw like a baby Kawhi Leonard at you in Siakam when he comes off the bench, and it's just like there's like 7 more of them.
It's funny because Ra actually poured it up the other day on Twitter. I had said at the beginning of last season that Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid is never going to win a championship together. And
it's a miserable
people didn't understand
combination.
what I was saying, and I'm just like, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid is a generational player. He can literally do everything. Protect the rim, rebound, run the floor, shoot threes. He did a fucking perfect Euro step the other day around 3 people and got the and one.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, Doug, this nigga's 7'3".
Yeah.
That's not supposed to happen. Joel Embiid is generational.
he's special.
We get that. Ben Simmons is not. Ben Simmons is just 6'10" and red bone. So people is like, oh no, he the shit. And it's like, dog, Ben Simmons is, he can't shoot. And for you to
And
be,
he won't shoot.
for you to be in the NBA in 2019 where it's a point guard driven league, every team has a 6'3", 6'4" point guard who can shoot. Damian Lillard, Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry, Kemba Walker. It's just Kyrie. It's just so many point guards.
De'Aaron
who
Fox now, who's a dog.
and if your point, and it, on top of these point guard shooting, they also got a 6'8", 6'9" forward who can shoot your fucking lights out. It's teams in the league that got 7-footers that can shoot. Joel Embiid, Brook Lopez, those are 7-footers that can really shoot. Dirk was a 7-footer that can really shoot. Being 6'10" doesn't give you an advantage if you cannot shoot the basketball.
exactly.
So Ben Simmons steps on the floor. You got to see this fucking picture, Doug. I took this shit earlier. I meant to show this shit to y'all. Fam, look at this shit, yo. Like, it's just no respect for Ben Simmons. He's at the 3-point line.
Like, you got to pick up Steph at 70 feet. You pick up Ben whenever you feel like it.
Like, Ben is at the 3-point line in this picture. For y'all that can't see it, by himself. Everybody else is below the foul line. Yeah. Every other person on his team and every defender.
That's insane.
Like, just no respect. So Ben won't shoot. That hurts your offense. Now, they can pretty much just be like, yo, we're going to crowd down here. Let you do what you do.
Yeah.
And it's just like, y'all aren't going to beat teams who are getting... The Rockets are getting... Yo, the game against the Suns last week, they shot 65 threes. Y'all not beating these teams if y'all don't want to shoot with them. You understand what I'm saying? They shooting. Yeah. I told my homie, my man was like, they ain't shooting no 65 threes. I'm like, dog, that's like normal almost for them.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm like, dog, do you remember the game against the Warriors, game 6 or 7 was last year? They missed 27 straight. To miss 27 straight threes, you gotta shoot 27 of them. These motherfuckers really shoot 50 threes a game. Like, that's normal. So if y'all come out and if the Sixers, y'all got JJ Redick and you got Tobias Harris, y'all want to go 7 for 12 from 3. That's cool. The Rockets are 16 from 50 from 3. They already winning. Yeah. You know what I mean? Ben not shooting is just, it's a liability at the end of the day. Yeah. So...
Yeah, they're poorly matched, those two. Yeah. Like, think about how good Embiid would be if he had like Dame Lillard on as his point guard.
Can you imagine him with Kemba? Nuts.
Like, just a subtle change in the lineup would dramatically change the whole team. And it's like, I get it. There's a size mismatch in this, that, and the third, but they got fucking Tobias Harris is bringing the ball up now.
Dog.
Ben's not even bringing the ball up, and he the point guard. Quote-unquote point guard.
Jimmy Butler be looking crazy. He was going off yesterday, but it's just like and Brett Brown again is just...
It might be over for my man, Brett.
Yeah, Brett's probably out of there.
I fuck with Brett Brown. Brett Brown was in recess one night. He had on a motherfucking off-white jacket and had a bottle of Ace of Spade.
Yeah, it's over. That right there was the nail in the coffin. The fuck was Brett Brown doing in recess?
It was like post game, but yeah, my fed upness with the Sixers dates back like 6-7 months ago.
They asked Ben Simmons yesterday how he felt about getting booed. He was like, "Y'all want booed? Cool, stay on that side." It's like, dog, that ain't it.
You don't get it.
That ain't it, Ben.
Like, what city do you play in? Do you know? Like, do you know what city you play in, bro? Are you aware?
Like, they will throw batteries at you, bro.
They will throw bricks at you.
Yo, you keep it up.
Keep it up. Somebody will clap you.
Somebody gonna be. You know who Ben looked like, yo? You ever watch the episode of Martin where the pregnant chicks was there? Remember the chick had the baby that shot across the room? Mm-hmm. Remember the chick who had like the real tight fade?
The one Martin kept arguing
Tori or whatever the fuck her name was. She looked just the fuck like Ben Simmons.
Got the same haircut.
Same cut and everything. I was cracking the fuck up the other day. I'm like watching, like, who the fuck does she look like? I'm like, yo, she look like Ben Simmons. My man fell the fuck out. Like, dog.
Yeah, man. I went on a whole tirade like 6 months ago after the Sixers took a tough loss to somebody. And here come Ben Simmons stroll. It was like a road loss. And they caught the PJ back. This nigga comes strolling in recess. I said, I hate this pussy. Like, get the fuck out of the club. You just lost. You're like, I gotta go see where the white bitch is at.
It's funny because I saw Ben Simmons driving down Market Street. He got a gray Wraith. I don't know if it's his, but he was driving a gray Wraith. And it was funny because when I was on a 48 coming past, like, you know where the Hard Rock Cafe is?
Yeah.
And maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I was in that same position going past, and it was Andrew Bynum riding past. He had a Ferrari. And I looked, I was like, oh shit, it's Ben Simmons and shit. And he was literally in the same lane that Andrew Bynum was in. I was like, I hope that ain't like a foreshadowing. I was like, because that's going to end terribly, dog. But yeah, the Sixers ain't it.
Yeah, break up the process.
I don't think anybody beats the Warriors. Steph last night was just... He was
tripping.
He was literally drawing contact on threes, getting fouled, knocked down, not getting the call.
Y'all do know...
And still making the three.
Y'all do know he wants to shoot threes, right? Why are y'all giving him contact?
Dog. He was really getting knocked down and was still burying the shot.
He has the playoff... He's the playoff record holder now for most three. And I'm like, people just say he disappears in the playoffs. That's been like a narrative that he disappears in the playoffs. It's not that he
disappears in the playoffs. It's just that, and it ain't even his fault, because you know I fucks with Durant. It's just that once Durant came, the three over LeBron, like the moment it's going to Durant, because I'm 6'11" with a 7'6" wingspan.
Yeah.
I got 4 scoring titles. It's going to me. So, and that's why Durant, he has the finals MVPs. Like, it's just going, like, Steph is what powers that engine to get there.
Yeah.
And then they get there, and it's kind of just like, Steph's just going, it almost fuck up everything. Like, if Steph literally came out and shot 35 times, it'd be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, because their offense is predicated on whoever got the hot hand.
Right.
Like, they're really like a college team in a ways. Like, you ever watch Melo talk about when they won the championship at Syracuse?
Yeah.
Melo said walking on the floor, McNamara, like, yanked his jersey and was like, I'm feeling it tonight. And Melo said, I passed him the ball. He pulled up from, like, 4 feet behind the NBA three and buried it and winked at me. And Melo was like, oh, no. And McNamara shot 7 threes. He hit 7 threes that night. Like, it was like, give him the rock. That's kind of how college teams play. Yeah. Whoever hot going with it. And the Warriors... Clay could give you 70. Durant might give you 50. Boogie might give you 40. You don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
So I think they win it again, though.
They look unbeatable.
When they shooting like that, no.
They look unbeatable. I mean, I want to see them play Milwaukee. I think that's the exciting matchup that everybody wants to see Giannis in the finals and all that. I want to just see Giannis get out of the fucking second round.
Yeah.
like, and justify some of this best player in the league talk. Because to me, Kevin Durant is the best player in the league. It's not Giannis yet. He's just not asked to do as much. Think if KD had a green light and he was the focal point of an offense where he's shooting 40 times a game, KD be averaging 43 points a game.
Rob, me and Rob go back and forth with this all the time. Because I say KD is he's arguably the best pure scorer ever.
Yeah.
Like, it just being able to shoot, drive to the lane, 2 steps to the basket from the top of the key, he can do everything. I still think LeBron's the best player on earth. His
defense is horrendous.
Defense, I mean, in basketball years, LeBron 100. So it's like, I get that.
Like, his defense is horrendous.
When I say that, I think no one can affect the game more than LeBron can. I think him coming on the floor just affects
I would agree with that.
Everything.
Yeah.
So I think it's LeBron. I think Durant is second. I actually got Kawhi in front of Giannis.
Kawhi missed 22 games this year for rest. Kawhi's full of shit.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I got Kawhi in 3, and then I got Giannis at 4, and I got Steph rounding it out. So that's me.
Yeah.
I think Giannis has the intangibles to be. He's Wilt Chamberlain in fucking like. He's Wilt Chamberlain with like the heart of like Gary Payton. Like, it's just not supposed to be a 6'11" dude who can jump that high, run that fast, and push the rock that well.
And take the toughest defensive assignment.
Yeah, he just do everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think Giannis has the intangibles. My thing is, when I look at LeBron, Durant, and Kawhi, those are all finals MVPs. Those are all dudes who have won multiple awards, whether it be defensive players, MVPs, scoring titles. They have the hardware.
Yeah.
And that's something that a lot of people don't dig when, like, people be like, how the fuck could you have Durant as the best player in the NBA? And I'll be like, bro, he won the last 2 finals MVPs.
Right. Against
like, it's
LeBron.
It's not shocking to have him there. If I said Kemba Walker, that would be like, all right, you tripping. But Durant has the last 2 finals MVPs.
Yeah.
Before that, LeBron has a finals MVP. Before that, Kawhi Leonard has a finals MVP. Those dudes have hardware to prove when the game is on the line, I got it. The rest of y'all don't. Y'all don't have that. Klay Thompson ain't got that. Anthony Davis ain't got that. Y'all great, but y'all not that. That separates from y'all. Them from y'all.
Yeah.
So, but I don't really got nothing else I want to talk about.
No, not really, man.
I saw you had the Jane Aiko shit on there. I saw the post, but I didn't even go into it because
I could care less.
Yeah.
It was just like a tidbit that just throw in there, but nah, I don't care about that. I guess she wants her man back. I mean, you tattoo somebody's whole face on you. You're probably gonna try to work shit out.
Kind of gonna need you to come home.
I'm kind of need you to work this shit out. I see you going through this phase and shit. Like, come on home, dog. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got, man. I'm unemployed at the moment. I have nothing whatsoever to promote. If y'all want to come hang out with me next weekend, I got Mirage on Thursdays on South Street. What's that address? 119 South Street. Mirage on Thursday, 8 to 2. We do like NBA Thursdays and all that shit, and put the games on and hookah and food and all the shit that y'all love so much. I'm there every Thursday. And then Friday, I'm back where it all started. Used to be Aura. It's called Aris now, 628 North Front Street at Northern Liberties. We got a cool Friday night promotion going on there. Y'all can RSVP for free entry. Aris, AIRIS, Fridays.eventbrite.com. Other than that, I got shit going on. I don't have no Saturday action booked for the foreseeable future of 2019. And I feel like a fucking schlub, and I need to get my life together. But I do have some shows coming up. I'll be announcing them here first, obviously. But I got some shows coming up.
We got to get that live show popping. People on my ass.
ASAP. I was waiting. Hey, ready? I'm calling you out, bruh. Was waiting on you with the venue. Shit gonna end up being at a Live Nation venue.
Yeah, I can already tell.
I got all the Live Nation plugs. I sold out the TLA, so I'm gonna end up at a Live Nation venue, man. Sorry, ready?
Yeah. We out.
We are out. Peace.
Peace.